This video, I'm going to be breaking down the easiest defense you could be using in Madden 26, and it is the nickel 2-4 double mug. Now, this defense can be found in the Philadelphia Eagles defensive playbook. I'm going to be giving you a couple of setups here for some pressure, easy pressure, keep the game fairly simple for you in the first couple of days here of Madden 26. And I want to first go over kind of where I like to put players within this defense. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your fastest pass rushers on the outside of this defense. For the Philadelphia Eagles, that's going to be Nolan Smith, and it's going to be this guy, Jihad Campbell. And then at these two defensive tackle positions, or these guys right here, you want these guys to be your shedders, your pass rushers. So, for example, Josh Uche and Jalen Carter are really good fits for those positions. At the linebacker positions, you can either put the linebackers, if you want to put linebackers in those spots, go for it, no problem whatsoever. What I'm going to actually be doing, though, is I am going to be putting safeties in those spots. And the reason why I like to put safeties in those spots, just because they're faster. At the end of the day, most of the time, safeties are just faster. So I like to put them in there. And they're smaller, more agile defenders. So now that we have our kind of roster set up, what I want you to do now is go into your coaching adjustments here. For this defense, you're going to want auto flip on. Really important because it's going to be a man-to-man based defense. You then want your defensive motion response on default, option read key, conservative, pitch key, aggressive, RPO read key, and RPO pass key, both on conservative. And then for zone drops, the only zone drop that I really recommend is putting these hooks on 5. Now, because of the way we're going to run this defense, you actually don't need to change your safety depth. So I'm going to put those back onto default. And we're going to be pretty much doing every single thing we need to do out of the mid blitz 0. Now, as you see here, when we get on the field, mid-blitz aligns really, really well against any kind of bunch or trip site set. You have a slot corner here on the left side. I'm going to show you the basic version of the defense. If you don't make any adjustments whatsoever and they send 5 people out on a route, you're going to get somebody in free. Now, I know that's not crazy. We're sending 6 on 5, but if you literally want to put your controller out and not do anything else, you're going to get pressure within this defense. Now, the best way to run this defense, however, is actually to bring the safety down into the gap like so. And essentially, you're going to kind of user the running back. If the running back goes out on a route, you're going to go with him. So you see here, I'm just going to go with the running back, and you know we're going to get pressure because we're sending 6 people at the quarterback. However, if your opponent starts to block a running back, then what you're going to be able to do here is you're going to be able to get down here with your user. You're going to hold the left trigger and you're going to essentially strafe over this running back. You see that the running back blocks. You're going to hover down just a little bit. As you see, we're able to get this A-gap pressure off of that right side linebacker. This is going to require your opponent to do some level of pass protection, right? If they block a running back, a lot of times you're going to get this A-gap pressure from one way or the other. Sometimes it'll randomly pick it up, but a lot of times you will. That was kind of a bad hover right there. But if they do block the blitz occasionally, what I like to do is every now and then send just a basic 4-man rush. I'll show you how to do that. So what you want to do when you're sending a 4-man rush from double mug, there's really a couple of ways that you can do this. The first one is to simply slant your line inside, and then you're going to take these linebackers and you're just going to man them up on the running back and the tight end. And then I like to take the safety and put him in a deep half zone, and we'll put our guy here in a hook. So you see this is kind of what it looks like. Now they block the running back or they go through all this additional protection, and you're only sitting 4. And these sheds, by the way, are going to be really good from double mug specifically. Okay, so that's one method that you have. The next method that you have is to actually utilize a stunt. So the way that I like to utilize the stunts in this game is really kind of twofold. You can either do it like this, where you have the linebackers mugged in the gap and you can do your adjustments kind of like how I was showing, but you're going to pull up your defensive line menu and you're going to hit R1 to bring up the stunts, and you're going to go all the way over to the Texas 4-man stunt. You see, this is what it looks like here, and what this can do is this can actually get some crazy disengage pressure, as you saw it did right there within this defense, and it looks just like you're sending everybody. Even if they block the running back, the Texas 4-man rush is one of the best in this game, and it's really good when they start to try to do things to block your main blitz. This is a great send for. Okay, so you have that within this double mug. Another way to run that same exact deal is to just make one little adjustment. Spread your D-line, spread your linebackers out, and run it like this. When you run it like this, you can feel free to use your linebacker. And what you're going to see is this can create these crazy loops. As you see right there on the left side, we're able to get incredible pressure at the quarterback. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with the coverage behind this. You're basing out of a cover zero. So just know that one of the best ways to shade this year is to shade over top and then actually route commit to the outside everybody. You're going to do that by hitting the R1 button and flicking the left stick to the left. That shades everybody outside, and then it forces everything back in the middle of the field to where your user defender is. So these are some of the best ways to just get easy pressure day one in Madden 26 out of the double mug defense. I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you're looking for a full defensive ebook or offensive ebook to really help you take your game to the next level, consider joining our school community. It's $10. It gets you access to all of our Madden and college football offensive and defensive ebooks, and that is going to be linked in the description down below.